Thank you to SBS Baltic Security for inviting me to make a statement at this April 2018 conference. My name is John Christmas, and I gave a list of frauds at Parex Bank to General Prosecutor Jānis Maizītis and the Governor of the Bank of Latvia, Ilmars Rimšēvičs, in 2005. Since 2005, Mr. Rimšēvičs, Mr. Maizītis, and many others, including Ingūna Sudraba, who I used to work with at Parex, have been fighting me to cover up my whistleblowing. I've heard and read many crazy stories about how the United States and Sweden caused Parex to collapse, and about how the government bailed out Parex to rescue the Latvian people from the United States and Sweden. Please know these stories are completely false. The truth is that Parex was involved in a lot of money laundering. A person connected with Parex is the main witness testifying in the Tambovskaya Mafia trial, which is going on now in Spain. This is the highest level of Russian organized crime. And Parex had a lending department which made loans that were illegal and fraudulent in multiple ways. My whistleblowing included a list of loans like this, and Parex lost a lot of money from these loans. And those loans had nothing to do with the United States and nothing to do with Sweden. They were about Russian oligarchs. The Parex bailout was a cover-up. It was a deception to fool Latvian voters. For example, the privatization of Parex shares to the EBRD in 2009 was already proven fake. It was already reversed in 2014. The Latvian government paid the EBRD to pretend to invest in the shares to hide the truth from the Latvian people. The transaction was a fraud and should be exposed and investigated on an international level. It is a fraud to pay someone to pretend to buy a stock from you for the purpose of fooling other people. I don't care if the EBRD used fancy language in the documents, and I don't care if the EBRD paid 1,000 accountants and 1,000 lawyers to write that this was not a fraud, because it was a fraud. During the time of this fraud, I also noticed that the government tried to hide the fraud by designating it as a state secret. The purpose of having state secrets is to protect honest Latvian people. The purpose of state secrets is not to help corrupt foreign people and Latvian people steal money from honest Latvian people. Using the state secret law to hide national debt was a crime not only against honest Latvian people, but also against everyone in Europe, since the European Central Bank bought the bonds. I really hope that the blacklisting of ABLV will be a wake-up call for Latvia. Of course, some of the accounts and people at AB are the same accounts and same people who used to be at Parex. Why is our government still controlled by Mr. Rimšēvičs, Mr. Maizītis, and Ms. Sudraba? Who are they really working for? The security threat in Latvia is real. It's not just a threat that organized crime might take over the democratic government. It's the reality that senior people in the Latvian government are loyal to Parex and ABLV and not to the Latvian people. This is not in the interest of the Latvian people, and it's not in the interest of Europeans or Americans or Russians. Thank you for your attention. Let's work for a more secure future.